Alright everybody, a pretty big Nintendo Direct happened a couple days ago. I know I'm a bit late reporting on this, but believe me, I knew very well what was going on. My general experience with that day was waking up in the morning, getting ready to, work on things and go out and look for an agent and auditions and stuff. I get out, fire up my computer, and the first thing that happens is the webmaster of Zelda Informer is shouting at me to help him out because the Nintendo Direct started and no writers were online. I was the only one online, and of course the direct was very eventful, and all these games got shown and announced, and I ended up reporting for 4 or 5 hours straight. I wrote like 10 articles that day, so there's a lot of news, and a lot of it could potentially affect Smash. So I'm just gonna do a quick recap of everything that they showed there, and how I think it might actually change things. Both in like just Nintendo in general, and then also in Smash as a little side thing, if I think it's relevant. Probably one of the biggest announcements was an HD release of Wind Waker. That's been huge. They showed us some screenshots. People have been talking about it, whether they've been excited about it or whether they're hating the idea that Nintendo's doing this. We haven't gotten the trailer or anything, so we don't know what it looks like in motion, and it's probably going to look a bit different after it's actually been finished. It's probably still in beta stages right now. But clearly, they're taking a whole different approach with it. This isn't just Ocarina of Time 3D. They're like revamping the visuals. It's pretty intense. Now, the reason that they're remaking Wind Waker, according to Aonuma, is that they felt like Wind Waker was one of the best games to show new players. They felt like it's one of the more important or just better crucial games of the Zelda franchise that people need to play, making it a pretty important game. And I think the biggest reason for that is that Wind Waker is probably one of the best when it comes to the storytelling. It has so much to do with the aftermath of the events of Ocarina of Time and the characters. It has some of the most depth of the series. The visuals, too, I think also stand out. But I think that Wind Waker is held, at least in Aonuma's eyes, as one of the more important titles of the series. Because of that, I think Toon Link is considered really, really important. I don't think Toon Link's going to go anywhere. Are we going to see a Tetra or Toon Zelda? I don't know. I'm not really... I don't really feel too strongly about it either way. I won't be upset if we see one, but I'm not dying to see one either. Basically, Zelda's had all of its really important characters show up, and I'm not really dying to see anybody new. Yeah. They also announced the Zelda Wii U that they're working on. Well, they didn't really announce it, but they said what they're planning to do with it. They want to focus on non-linearity, and they want to focus on maybe not being one player. Or at least that's generally what he implied. Details are really, really scarce, but I'm sure it'll be vastly different from Wind Waker. That's another reason why I think they're remaking Wind Waker, is I think they want to have a very striking contrast between the Toon style and then the style that they're going to have in the next Zelda U, which I'm pretty sure is going to be highly, highly realistic, just to show off what the Wii U is capable of. I feel like it'll be like a much more evolved version of Twilight Princess. Near the end, we also got to see a trailer for Monolith Soft, the group that made Xenoblade, and that in the past had worked on Xenosaga and Xenogears, generally the Xeno games. Showed us a trailer for the next game. It basically looks like if you took kind of like some of the visuals of Last Story, but then Xenoblade's kind of interface. It looks like an evolution of Xenoblade. It looks like it has elements of Monster Hunter, elements of, mechs, so Xenogears. It just looks really, really good. It's honestly the title that I'm most excited for on the Wii U. The biggest question I have after seeing the trailer is whether this blonde boy that we see is supposed to be Shulk or not, or related to Shulk. It is true that his eyes are a different color than Shulk's, but some people also pointed out that he has Fiora's eyes, so it could be Shulk and Fiora's kid. So we're still not sure if it's a sequel or if it's a standalone game. Either way, I think Monolith is showing that they're a very, very important studio to Nintendo, and so I think it's highly likely we're going to see Shulk, or at least a rep from this new game. We will be seeing a Monolith rep. They've become one of Nintendo's most important developers heading into the Wii U. We saw more of the Wonderful 101, and I am so freaking excited for it. We saw a trailer with, like, just the cheesiest of dialogue, and it reminds me a lot of Beautiful Joe, and just the atmosphere just seems so fun and energetic, and I'm really excited for it. Are we going to see a rep? I don't know, because Nintendo doesn't exactly own Platinum Games. but at the same time, they're very, very closely tied. I think it would be really cool to have the Wonderful 101 as an assist trophy. I don't know about it as a playable character, because I don't know how you would do that. But also, it's not that important for franchise. Even though I'm really excited for it, it's not sparking that much excitement in the general fan base. Also from Platinum Games, we saw a bit more of Bayonetta 2. People have asked me, is Bayonetta going to be in the next Smash Brothers? I think it's a resounding no. I really don't think she's going to be in SSB4. Mostly because there's no way to do her character justice without really amping up the the age rating for this game. I mean, they toned down Snake quite a bit, but Snake still functions without swearing or anything. Like, he honestly wasn't that dirty of a character. It was a lot more the things that happened around him that were bad. He had some innuendos, but they were relatively tame compared to, "You wanna touch me?" and all the stuff that Bayonetta does. Needless to say, though, I do think that Bayonetta 2 is a very, very good-looking game. I haven't gotten to play the original yet, but I really, really want to. I've heard it gets mixed opinions, but mainly it sounds different. That's why I want to play it. So, here's hoping. We saw a bit more of Pikmin 3. A really cool thing is a snapshot mode where you can take pictures from the point of view of one of the Pikmin. And not only does the game look gorgeous, it could actually bring Pikmin into more of a mainstream popularity. If that happens, we may see more Pikmin reps. I don't think we will, because honestly, it's hard to rep Pikmin. Having a captain is really all you need. They don't really function any differently because their only purpose is to direct the Pikmin. I think we'll probably still stick with Olimar because he is the original hero of the series. He's the most recognizable, and he's probably going to have something to do with the third game. I just don't see it being worthwhile having another captain in the game. You could do something differently, but they wouldn't really be bringing anything where everybody's like, I really want to play as this captain specifically. Nobody wants to play as Olimar because of his abilities. They want to play as Olimar because of the fact that he was the iconic first captain. I do think that we'll get more Pikmin representation in terms of stages, items, assist trophies, that sort of thing. I just really don't think we're going to see another character because Pikmin 3 still looks like it's not bringing us anything in terms of a new playable character that's really worth having. One of the more interesting things that's got me really, really excited is this really random, sudden announcement of a Fire Emblem Persona crossover. Not Persona, Shin Megami Tensei. There is a difference. I'm really excited for this, because these are not two companies I would ever see working together. Intelligent Systems and Atlas are both great, great companies, but their series don't really ever mix. Fire Emblem and the Persona series and Shin Megami Tensei in general play very, very differently from each other. I'm really, really curious to see how this plays out. I don't think we're going to see any reps from this. Well, Fire Emblem we will see, but I don't think we'll see any Shin Megami reps, because it's still not really a Nintendo series. It's actually been a long time since we've had a Shin Megami game on a Nintendo console. Well, a handheld at least. There are some coming out, but for a long time it has been avoiding Nintendo systems. So I don't think we'll see any Shin Megami reps. Maybe some stickers if stickers are still around, but I highly doubt it. It has been announced that a new 3D Mario platformer is coming our way. Both that and the next Mario Kart will be playable at E3, so we'll get a lot more details then. We're going to see a stage from the new Mario 3D. His moveset is probably going to change to reflect something in the new Mario platformer. Is it going to introduce anything new in terms of characters? Most likely not. We very rarely get any new Mario characters that are really, really worth having. You know, we get Rosalina, but she's not really worth having. You know, Sunshine brought us... What did it bring us? It brought us Bowser Jr., I guess. Which would be kind of cool. But Mario kind of usually has the same cast, and I don't think we're going to see anything huge in terms of playable characters from the new game. Something really interesting, it looks like the Yarn thing that they had going with Kirby is actually going to spread around quite a bit. There's now going to be a Yarn Yoshi game. This can be one of two things. Either they're going to do a series of epic Yarn games where it's a different character every time, which could be interesting. I just really hope the gameplay differs. Or they just decided, wow, we should have made this a Yoshi game in the first place because Yoshi has always had a Yarn feel. Yoshi's Island, Yoshi's Story, there's always been kind of a Yarnish feel to it. What does this mean? Probably a stage. We're probably going to see a Yarn stage because the Yarn thing is still going. It also kind of takes away some of the importance of Prince Fluff and Yarn Kirby because now they aren't the only Yarn thing. Uh, so basically, I think we're going to get some kind of Yarn land playable stage. I don't think Yoshi will be redesigned to be Yarn because I think that's just taking it a bit too far because he's had too many appearances in other games where he hasn't been Yarn. And the most important Smash thing is that they announced that Smash will be appearing at E3, which is really surprising. It can't be that far along in development. A game like Smash takes a long time because there's so much pre-production. It's almost like a Zelda game, just in terms of the scale of it. They put Zelda on a 4-year cycle. Smash, I mean, Sakurai was telling us it would be a long, long time, and I'm honestly surprised that we're going to see something. It'll probably just be snapshots. If we see a trailer, it'll probably be a really, really basic trailer that's showcasing the graphics. Maybe a new character or two. I really, really doubt it. We'll probably just see like the classic characters that we already know are going to be there, basically. In general, please don't get hyped up, because if people get excited about this, they're probably going to get upset after E3, because they're going to be like, "Who's this stupid? All we got is pictures." I'm like, well, what were you expecting? The game probably isn't going to be out for a while. We still haven't seen anything about Star Fox, which I thought we were going to see, honestly. I thought we were going to see a new Star Fox. I was really hoping for it. We still haven't seen what Retro Studios is working on, which might be Star Fox, or a sequel to Donkey Kong 64, since they've expressed interest in that. So these are two very big, most likely going to be on a console and not on the 3DS, games that are still MIA. And it makes me wonder if Star Fox actually is going to skip another generation of consoles. I hope not. Until I see what Retro is working on, I'm holding on to hope. Also, no new Metroid. I figured it would be around time for another Metroid. Other M was a while ago. But, I guess not. That's basically it. I'm really excited for a lot of the things that the Nintendo Direct brought to us. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think a lot of them really affect Smash that much. Chances are there's going to be another Nintendo Direct about the 3DS pretty soon. But they never announced them until like the day before, which makes it hell on gaming journalists. I might make a few videos about some of these games coming out pretty soon, because a lot of them are really exciting me, and honestly, I feel like that Nintendo Direct made the Wii U a must-own console. And things are going better for me. I actually just came back from an audition that will pay fairly well if I get the job. And I have a job interview tomorrow that I'm feeling very optimistic about. And then, yeah, I'm doing a couple other things that are going to make me some money. And I feel like next month might be the month I'm able to afford my own Wii U. Don't hold me to that, because so many other things are way more important than getting one. Eating, for example. And I'm not even really eating right now. I'm not doing very well in terms of food. Regardless, things are looking up monetarily. Hopefully, next month will be the month that I start bringing in the dough. And I at least want to have a Wii U in time for the release of all these games that I'm really looking forward to. So what do you guys think? That Nintendo Direct was crazy, huh? If you want more details, go check out Zelda Informer. We still have some stuff up in the featured bar up on top that has our list of just the Nintendo Direct coverage. So check that out. I wrote most of the articles, so that'll be interesting. Comment. It's really all I can say. Alright, see you guys.